The 1960s were a revolutionary decade for the automotive industry, introducing iconic designs and groundbreaking innovations. But not every car from this era was a masterpiece. Some models missed the mark with questionable designs, subpar interiors, and underwhelming performance. In this video, we're counting down the 10 ugliest cars from the 1960s that nobody wants back. Let's dive into these regrettable creations. Number 1. 1962 Studebaker Avanti. The Studebaker Avanti was marketed as a futuristic sports coupe, but its design left much to be desired. Priced at around $4,500 at launch, it was relatively expensive for its time. The exterior featured a long nose and an awkwardly bulging rear end that gave the car an unbalanced look. Inside, the Avanti tried to impress with luxury touches like leather seats and a tachometer, but the cramped space and mediocre build quality disappointed buyers. Performance was decent with a 4.7 liters V8 engine producing up to 289 horsepower, but the lack of refinement and polarizing design ensured its place in automotive infamy. Number 2. 1962 Chrysler Newport. The 1962 Chrysler Newport's peculiar styling is unforgettable, but not in a good way. It was priced at approximately $3,500, making it a mid-range option. The car's awkwardly oversized tail fins, bulbous headlights, and flat grille created a mismatched aesthetic that many found unattractive. The interior was surprisingly roomy, but its materials felt cheap with vinyl seats that didn't age well. While the Newport came with a decent 5.9 liters V8 engine capable of producing 265 horsepower, its handling was clunky, and its ride was far from smooth. The Newport's bizarre look has made it a staple in the ugliest cars conversation. Number 3. 1963 Studebaker Wagon Air. The 1963 Studebaker Wagon Air had one standout feature, a sliding roof over the cargo area, but that wasn't enough to save its awkward design. With a starting price of around $2,800, it was affordable but looked uninspired, with a boxy, wagon-style body and a strange roofline that made it appear unfinished. The interior was utilitarian, offering minimal comfort with hard plastics and basic upholstery. Performance was unimpressive, as its standard 170 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine delivered just 112 horsepower. The Wagon Air's clunky design and mediocre performance cemented its reputation as an unattractive and impractical car. Number 4. 1965 AMC Marlin. AMC aimed for the fastback market with the 1965 Marlin, but its styling fell flat. At a starting price of $3,100, the Marlin's design was dominated by a long, sloping roofline that clashed with its stubby rear end. The two-tone paint schemes didn't help, often emphasizing its odd proportions. Inside, the Marlin was more comfortable, with a spacious cabin and decent materials for the price. However, its performance was average at best, with the standard 232 cubic inch inline-six producing just 145 horsepower. The Marlin's combination of awkward styling and middling performance made it a hard sell. Number 5. 1960 Plymouth Valiant. The 1960 Plymouth Valiant was intended to be a compact and affordable option, starting at around $2,000, but its design drew widespread criticism. The car's exaggerated fins, oddly shaped grille, and quirky round headlights made it look like a caricature of a 1960s car. Inside, the Valiant offered basic amenities with minimal attention to comfort or style. Performance was lackluster, with its standard 2.8 liters slant-six engine producing a modest 101 horsepower. While it was reliable and economical, the Valiant's unappealing exterior overshadowed its practical benefits. Number 6. 1961 Ford Falcon. The 1961 Ford Falcon was Ford's answer to the growing compact car market, but its bland and uninspiring design made it forgettable. Priced at about $2,000, the Falcon featured a plain grille, awkwardly small wheels, and a body that lacked character. The interior was equally dull, with sparse features and low-quality materials. Its 144 cubic inch inline-six engine delivered just 85 horsepower, making for sluggish performance. While the Falcon was affordable and practical, its lack of style and excitement ensured it would never be a classic beauty. Number 7. 1962 Dodge Dart. The 1962 Dodge Dart is often remembered for its polarizing design, which many found unattractive. Starting at roughly $2,500, the Dart's oversized taillights, awkward rear fins, and overly simplistic front grille gave it an unappealing look. Inside, the car offered decent space but lacked refinement, with vinyl seats and minimal features. Its performance was passable for the time, with the standard 225 cubic inch slant 6 engine producing 145 horsepower. However, its styling choices overshadowed any practicality, making the 1962 Dart a design flop. Number 8. 1964 Rambler. The 1964 Rambler, though practical, suffered from uninspired design and underwhelming performance. Priced around $2,300, it featured a boxy shape, uninspired front grille, and an overall lack of flair. The interior was spacious for a compact car but felt outdated, with basic upholstery and limited features. Under the hood, the Rambler's standard 195.6 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine produced 90 horsepower, making it sluggish compared to competitors. While it was economical and reliable, the Rambler's bland design and average performance ensured it didn't stand out in a competitive market. Number 9. 1966 Thunderbird Town Hardtop. The 1966 Thunderbird Town Hardtop was a bold attempt at luxury, but its styling missed the mark. With a starting price of $4,600, it wasn't cheap, yet its design was polarizing. The squared-off roofline, heavy chrome accents, and overly angular bodywork made the car look bulky and unrefined. The interior was luxurious, featuring plush seats and advanced features like a swing-away steering wheel, but this wasn't enough to compensate for its awkward exterior. Performance was decent, with a 390 cubic inch V8 engine producing 315 horsepower, but its hefty weight made it less agile than competitors. Number 10. 1968 AMC Javelin. AMC's 1968 Javelin was intended to compete with muscle cars, but its design didn't quite hit the mark. Priced at around $2,800, the Javelin's long hood and stubby rear end created an odd profile that lacked the sleekness of its rivals. The interior was functional but uninspired, with basic materials and minimal features. Its performance was respectable, with a 290 cubic inch V8 engine producing 225 horsepower, but it couldn't make up for the car's divisive styling. While it had potential, the Javelin's design flaws held it back from achieving true muscle car greatness. And there you have it, our list of the 10 ugliest cars from the 1960s that nobody wants back. While these vehicles may hold some historical significance, their questionable designs and lackluster performance make them a hard sell even today. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more automotive content. Which car do you think deserves the title of the ugliest? Let us know in the comments below.